The moment that changed the story did not happen during a game. It happened afterward, when a few comments from Sophie Cunningham suddenly became the center of the entire conversation. Within minutes, clips were spreading across social media, reaction videos were appearing everywhere, and fans were arguing about what she really meant. People were no longer focused only on a hard foul, or referee's decision, or even a single press conference. The discussion shifted towards something much bigger: Caitlin Clark, player protection, and whether the league is doing enough to support its biggest stars. Some viewers heard Cunningham defending Clark and criticizing the environment around the league. Others believed she was speaking more generally about professional athletes dealing with pressure, criticism, and online toxicity. The remarkable part was not that everyone agreed. It was that everyone seemed to hear a different message from the same clip. And once that happened, the story stopped being about one play. It became a debate about the future of the league itself. Long before Sophie Cunningham's remarks started making headlines, emotions around Caitlin Clark had already reached an unusually high level. A series of physical plays involving Clark had reignited familiar debates about officiating, consistency, and whether the league was doing enough to protect its players. Every close call seemed to generate another wave of discussion, with slow-motion replays and competing opinions dominating social media for days. Some fans argued that Clark was receiving unnecessary contact that should have been penalized more consistently, while others believed the physicality reflected the normal intensity of professional basketball. That divide only grew after Clark addressed the issue herself. Rather than directing blame at individual players, she emphasized that the league needed to do a better job protecting everyone on the court. She also pointed to the importance of improving officiating, investing in better technology, and giving referees the support and resources they need to make difficult decisions. At the same time, Clark firmly rejected the harassment and hateful comments that had spread online, making it clear that criticism should never cross into personal attacks. By the time Cunningham spoke, the conversation was already carrying weeks of built-up frustration, making every new comment feel far more significant than it otherwise might have been. That was the atmosphere Sophie Cunningham stepped into, and it only took a few carefully chosen comments for the conversation to take another unexpected turn. Speaking candidly, she acknowledged that professional athletes operate in an environment where praise and criticism can change almost overnight. She said there is only so much a league can accomplish through official statements, emphasizing that mental toughness becomes an important part of competing at the highest level. Cunningham also spoke directly against the online toxicity that has increasingly surrounded the sport, calling out racism, homophobia, and the kind of hateful behavior that has no place in basketball. She stressed that much of the abuse comes from online spaces rather than representing the league's core fan base, arguing that some people use the sport and its players to push broader divisions that extend far beyond the game itself. Those were her confirmed remarks. What happened next, however, was driven largely by interpretation. Some fans believed she was delivering a powerful defense of Caitlin Clark and highlighting the emotional burden placed on the league's biggest stars. Others heard a broader message about every player navigating pressure in today's social media landscape. Because Cunningham never directly claimed Clark had been forced out or singled out specific individuals, much of the debate centered not on what she explicitly said, but on what different audiences believed she was implying. Almost immediately, the conversation moved beyond Cunningham's actual words and into the realm of interpretation. Across social media, fans replayed the interview repeatedly, pointing to her tone, facial expressions, and the timing of her comments as evidence that there was a deeper message beneath the surface. Supporters of Caitlin Clark argued that Cunningham was standing up for a teammate and acknowledging the intense scrutiny Clark has faced since entering the league. To them, the remarks reflected growing frustration with how the WNBA has handled player protection, officiating, and the non-stop attention surrounding its biggest star. Others saw the situation very differently. They believed Cunningham was speaking about the realities of professional sports as a whole, reminding athletes that public praise and criticism often come together while also condemning the online hate that affects players across the league. Sports talk shows, podcasts, and online creators quickly picked up the story, each offering a different interpretation of what had been said. That only added to the momentum. Instead of settling the discussion, every new reaction seemed to create another layer of debate, making Cunningham's comments one of the most closely analyzed moments of the week and ensuring that the conversation stretched well beyond the original interview. As the debate continued to grow, many people returned to Caitlin Clark's own comments to separate the facts from the online speculation. Speaking after the game, Clark kept her focus on the issues she believed the league could improve. She said she felt the officials missed what she viewed as a flagrant foul in real time and argued that protecting players should remain a higher priority. At the same time, she acknowledged how difficult officiating can be, noting that referees constantly face criticism and suggesting the league should invest in better technology, provide stronger support, and treat officials like full-time professionals. Just as importantly, Clark drew a clear line when the discussion turned to online behavior. She condemned harassment and hateful comments directed at players, coaches, and opposing teams, stressing that disagreements on the court should never become personal attacks. That measured response stood in sharp contrast to the emotional conversation unfolding across social media. While fans and commentators debated hidden meanings and broader narratives, Clark's own message remained consistent: improve player safety, strengthen the officiating system, and reject the toxic behavior that continues to overshadow too many conversations surrounding the game. By this point, it had become clear that the biggest story was no longer a single interview or one post-game press conference. Any headline involving Caitlin Clark now seems to evolve into a much broader discussion about the direction of the WNBA itself. Her arrival has brought unprecedented attention, record television audiences, sold-out arenas, and constant media coverage, but that level of visibility also means every moment is examined from every possible angle. A routine comment can become a national talking point, while a brief exchange on the court can dominate sports shows and social media for days. That reality creates enormous pressure not only for Clark, but for her teammates, opponents, coaches, officials, and league leadership as well. Every decision is viewed through the lens of player safety, competitive fairness, and the league's future growth. As a result, comments that might have passed unnoticed just a few seasons ago are now dissected word by word, with fans searching for deeper meaning behind every statement. Whether people agreed with Sophie Cunningham's remarks or not, their impact showed just how much the conversation has changed. In today's WNBA, the discussion often extends far beyond basketball, reflecting the growing expectations that come with a league reaching a new level of popularity and visibility. The more this story unfolded, the clearer it became that it was never going to end with a single foul, one interview, or one viral clip. Every statement connected to Caitlin Clark now carries far more weight than it once would have, not simply because of who she is, but because of what she represents for the league's future. Whether it's a coach's post-game comments, a teammate's interview, or Clark's own press conference, each remark is instantly analyzed, debated, and shared across countless platforms, often taking on a life of its own. Some conversations stay grounded in the facts, while others are shaped by interpretation, emotion, and the fast-moving nature of social media. That difference has become one of the defining challenges surrounding today's WNBA. The league continues to experience remarkable growth, but with that growth comes greater scrutiny and higher expectations from every direction. For now, the discussion remains far from settled. New interviews, new games, and new moments will undoubtedly keep adding to the conversation. And as long as every comment continues to be viewed through a much larger lens, this story will remain about far more than basketball. It will be about how the league, its players, and its fans continue shaping the next chapter together.